Okay. Let's see. It is September 26, 2011, Monday, 1:51 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 5 hours ahead of Greenwich. So, first off, I want to say that my neighbor is awesome and rockin', and she loaned me a smoke, and it's awesome. Second thing I want to talk about is it's kind of weird, you know. For like months I was obsessed about watching documentary after documentary and educating myself, and you know, picking at the scab of shock and dismay and disappointment and anger and frustration at the establishment. I now am starting to realize, you know, there's a little hopelessness and despair in there too, and you know, this is gonna make me sound like an asshole, but don't be afraid anymore. It's okay to get mad. It's very okay to get mad at it, because you know, they want us to be complacent. They want us to feel hopeless. And you know what? Fuck that shit. I am the type of person where I don't like struggling. I don't like hearing about my loved ones struggling. But I know that it's rough out there. I know that it's hard. It's hard to stay positive when everything around you is nuts, you know. Having your sight restored and seeing the world for what it really is, it's painful. It's really painful, because you look around at the world and you realize everything's a fucking farce, and then you're like, well, why should I be alive anymore? Why? You're supposed to be put on this earth for something. And let me see if I can find what I have been working on. Okay, well, no worries. I'm working on a new book. And I don't know what the title is going to be yet. I used to let the titles of essays and poems and stuff like that just, you know, appear on their own. And this, however, is it's going to be written as if it's fiction. But it's all true. And it's not just my biography, it's yours. And yours. And yours. And everyone's. Okay? It's going to be written very generally. And it's going to be based on my impressions of how the world began. Because I am not an organized religious person. I'm not an organized person. So me having, you know, me being organized religious would be a contradiction in terms. I'm the type of person where I think about things. I think about things a lot, to the point where it drives me nuts sometimes. But eventually I come to my own conclusion and I go, alright, I'll roll with that. My son's at the age where he's like, Mommy, you tell me what you want me to do. You tell me what I should believe. And it's like, no. I'm going to tell you what you should do. I'm trying to teach him right from wrong. Yesterday I had a long discussion with him and his sister, 2 different translations of it, because he's 7 and she's 5. He's my monk and she's my little ninja girl. And, you know, I had to reword it, you know, but basically I want them to learn life skills. I want them to learn survival skills. Not really like the whole Abby Hoffman thing where it's like, oh, always, always pack a piece and da 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 da. Yeah, we're in a time where, they are trying to win every single soul for their side. And, I'm a creationist through and through. I look at nature and I know in my heart that it didn't just come out of nowhere. And my higher power is a creative energy, not a destructive energy. Destructive energy is evil in my theology or whatever. And I only have one higher power per se, only because I can't keep track of a whole handful. It's a little too much. I'm very simplistic in nature when it comes to my spirituality. I call my higher power God, just because that's a blanket term. I talk to my higher power as if it's another person. Sometimes I'll cuss and scream and yell. Other times I'm like, yo, hey, how's it hanging? I've done that since I was a kid. People thought I was nuts talking to myself. I didn't give a shit. I still don't. I'll walk down the street and mutter under my breath, talking to my higher power. Because why is it that whenever we're talking to nobody in particular, we're labeled as nuts? And if we get an answer back, we're really fucking nuts. Okay? I'm a deep believer in the spirit of intuition that will inspire you one way or another. However, you got to understand that there is a there's a positive creating force on one side. Wait, let me do it. Oh, I can't keep track of all. Okay, this is what really irritates the shit out of me about the webcam, is everything's flipped over. Okay, I'm going like this, and it's my right side. Okay, I'm going to try to learn how to flip my body around. Okay, but on one side you have good, another side you have evil. Okay, and it's a balance. Okay, sometimes good goes like this, other times evil's like this, and sometimes they're almost even. But that balance is being held by something that's not us. We are merely creations. Awesome, wonderful, mind-blowing, beautiful, fantastic, fucking awesome creations, but creations nonetheless. And I was thinking, there's somebody that confronted me yesterday at the laundromat and asked me why I spanked my child, and that will be in part 2.